Hey Dragonlings, what's going on? Astralsflame back with Mono White Aggro. So what's Mono White Aggro? What does it do? Well, it's an aggro deck and it wants to go face, but what Mono White does different is plays to disrupting your opponent's plays in different ways than an aggro deck usually would. Before we get into that though, let's kind of talk about the curve. What makes this deck kind of scary? Your early one drops in pressure. You have an Usher of the Fallen, which acts as a 2/1 and can create an additional body. You have Hopeful Initiate, which is a 1/2, and as you attack with bigger creatures, it too grows. It also acts as enchantment removal or artifact removal, pretty big. You have a 2-mana 2/1 with First Strike. Value is fantastic. You have a Luminarch Aspirant, a 2-mana 1/1 that puts a +1 stuff and continues to grow. And hey, Luminarch combos with the Hopeful Initiate, kind of sweet in that. Intrepid Adversary, a 2-mana 3/1, but when you play it later in the game, you can pay its kicker to put a loyalty on it, and it's just going to up your entire board state, which is insane. You have aggressive cards like Adeline, which just makes more tokens for you to go face and further synergizes with your strategies to buff your board. Now, that being said, while we've talked about that aggro portion, there's the disruption portion that really makes Mono White stand out from other aggro decks. So, you saw me talk about Thalia, right? Non-creature spells cost 1 more. Well, combo that in with Elite Spellbinder. You take a non-creature spell from your opponent's hand. A, you know what's in their hand. B, you've exiled something and taxed it up by 2. Thalia is going to further tax that up by 1. Now you've created a card that has 3 additional CMC extra on top of that. But we're not done there. We're also going to be pairing this with Redain, the God of the Worthy. Our opponent's snowlands are going to enter into play tapped, and their non-creature spells that cost 4 or more are just going to cost 2 more extra. So not only are we taxing them up with spell information from Spellbinder and from Thalia, we're double hitting it with Redain, which is insane if you want to run into a Meathook Massacre deck, because that Meathook Massacre is not getting cast anytime soon. But we need also ways to kind of disrupt the board state if our opponent's a creature-based deck. How do we do that? Brutal Cathar. This 3-mana 2/2 exiles a creature when it ETBs, and when it transforms, it's nighttime. And when it retransforms back during daytime, you get to re-exile something at absolutely crazy value. In terms of our top end, this is where I tend to play Mono White a little bit different than a lot of people. I like dragons on my list, for those that don't know or are new to the channel. So, I play an Icing Death in the list, as well as an Owl the Dawn Sky. Icing Death being a 4/3 Vigilance in the meta is pretty nice. This actually plays around the Wandering Emperor. Plus, the artifact of when it dies is very beneficial in combat tricks, where you can choose what creature your opponent has is going to be tapped down, and you can make sure a certain creature isn't blocking your board state. In addition, with Owl the Dawn Sky, you can either choose to buff up your board or get some permanents into play, which is a good way to recover from a big board clear, or, again, Meathook Massacre if it's cast. Kind of playing to that as well, we do run a 1 of Legion Angel to further grab some more 4/3s, finish off our opponent flying in the air, the Wandering Emperor, for developing board state or getting rid of a nasty creature on exile, and Elspeth the Resplendent, so that we can plus up, get some Lifelinker First Strike, a very valuable token, counter token on our creature. We can put something 3 CMC or less into play, or if we happen to ult, get a bunch of angels. Dragonlings, I hope you check out Mono White Aggro. This deck was an absolute blast to play, and I can't stress enough how much fun it is to play with dragons like Owl the Dawn Sky and Icing Death the Frost Tyrant. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, the bell notification for more on Dragonlings. Keep believing. I'll catch you next time. I like this card. We're going to keep. We have 1 play, 2 play, 3 play. And again, I'm never on YouTube. I mean, also fair. Also fair. Matilda. Interesting. Well, I'll attack him for 1. We've got Redain in next turn and then Adversary on 4, so our curve's really good here. Cathar stinks. Okay, you took that one. Interesting. Look at this. We'll play out Redain. We'll attack for 2. But I do listen to Draw for Turn podcast. Aw, well, thanks, Boo Boo. Falco Spara. It's a Falco Espada. I want that Espada. Play a Hopeful Initiate here. We'll attack in. Hey, what's going on, Jesus? Welcome on in. How you doing? Alright, well, we've got a decent board. Their creatures are down. They got a lot of mana. Wedding announcement, sure. Fine by me. Playing the planes here, and let's get our adversary kicked here. You're doing good, eh? Glad to hear. We'll pack in and get the training trigger. That's fine. They can have their Falco Spar back. We're getting in for a lot of damage here. Get my initiate back. They're sitting at 4. Luminarch's not that scary. Scooch form, sure. Falco Spar probably becomes a 4/4. Sure. I think I'm just going Crawling Barrens here. We'll get a double training trigger up. Hey, Paka, what's going on? How you doing tonight? Welcome on in. They missed the free block with Catilda. Yeah, they did, but that's okay. I think we just get them here, right? Like, they go to 1. Back to nighttime. We've got a full board. Unga bunga. Flap, how you doing? It's nighttime, my friend. Cathar ain't gonna save you now. Alright, well that might save a little bit. That's a little annoying. So that puts me down, right? I could get rid of the wedding announcement. No, I don't think I do, actually. Yeah, that's fine. You can have that. Double training trigger just forces more blocks. Tired of not having a good day? Aw, I'm sorry, Flap. That's always rough. They have to block everything, otherwise they die. Yeah, you gotta block everything, my friend. Get back that adversary. Well, I hope things get better for you, my dude. Broker's Ascendancy. Coolio, I don't know that that'll save you, my friend. We got a lot of critters. There we go. Yeah, curve seems fine. Going to Usher and Thalia. You deep fry some onion rings and matzo sticks. Let's go. Oh, that sounds delicious. What did I have today? I had a bit of eggs and ham today. Pretty like light meal, but it was good. Usher comes in. We've got a 2/1 body. We're ready to go face. Battlefield Raptor, it has first strike. That's annoying. We have Brittle Cathar we can take care of next turn at least. Oh, it's just straight up like Azorius Fliers. Ah. Alright, Brutal Cathar, go! Brutal Cathar, go! Okay, fine. Thalia, go! Sure. Well, I was rude. Letting you see a guard approach. How rude. If I draw a land, we'll wait and just go for Emperor. Ooh. Alright then. In that case, I like Luminarch here a lot. Attack for 6. End the turn. No point to play a second spell. There's nothing on their board I want to take. Pets is fine. Homestead Courage? Sure. Flash it back, that's fine. Oh. Locally dokally. You got it. I'll be taking that, thank you. There's the concede. Hand's pretty good. Happy to keep. We'll just play an Usher on 1. Feels pretty good. Cash in, Luminarch on 1. Or well, 2. Saying Kraken for 3. We just go Adeline into Intrepid Adversary if we hit another land. So I'm for it. I am for it. So this should be Intrepid Adversary blocks the Luminarch. Oh, they blocked the Usher. Oh, okay. Not sure I would have blocked the Usher there, but... yeah, that's fine. Kraken for 6, put them down to 11. Hey, what's going on, Twin? How you doing? It's going good. It's going good. How are you doing tonight? Alright, so opponent's at 11. We're holding strong. Brittle Cat, there is a slight annoyance. Backing in for 2 again. I think I'm just playing out Owl here. We'll push in for 5. Get them down to 6. Hey, what's going on, Taters? How you doing? Alright, I guess. Hey, I'm glad you're doing alright. Apparition, sure. We'll hit the Luminarch. Yep. Go. What you gonna do now? You have to block next turn. You don't get a choice. You, my friend, do not get a choice on this. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing good, my friend. I'm doing good. I'm actually tempted to animate Barons here and attack in, because they're gonna go to 1 and then they have to block these, so I'm at least getting a critter back from one of the apparitions. And I know the Moonrage group gets to transform, but that's fine by me. Because they'll have to play 2 spells here to get the transformation if they want to get back the Owl. And then they're still just sitting at 1 life. So, yep, Spellbinder's fine. Do you have the second spell? Alright, you have the second spell. That's fine. You don't attack here, though. So they're going to take Owl. That's okay. Because then I just get a flyer. That's gone. You need to draw a land for that. Play this out. And I'm going to say no attacks. They do get the land, unfortunately. Blocks for me. I'm gonna go all in here. And you still got a block. That's right, give me back my dragon. Thank you much. Now that's a board state. But yeah, Taters, I am doing pretty good. I'm gonna keep. Looks like mono red. Could be Boros though. Ah, it's Izzet. Okay. Seismic Wave is annoying. I'm gonna get rid of that. Buff up the Luminarch in case that is a foretold. Goodness, what is it called? It's the foretold AoE. Oh, it's a Demon Bolt. Okay. Alright. They can't Seismic Wave me yet, so I'm going to go ahead and play out Intrepid Adversary. We'll crack in for 4, put them down to 13. We know 4 of the cards in hand are land. Well, 3. Big score is fine. Now, Seismic Wave is probably going to hit in next turn, so I'm not going to worry about playing out any creatures right now. We're just going to do that. Bangle's fine. Now, is that an instant? It is. Okay. Let's go ahead and try to Wandering Emperor here. I'm gonna make a samurai. I want to force that that wave.
We must protect the people.
Alright, there's the Seismic Wave. They still have one foretold, but that's okay. We're gonna play Luminarch into Thalia. And give Thalia some buffs here. They're sitting at 5, right? Everything's taxed up by an additional 1 thanks to Thalia, and Thalia is sitting at 3 health, which gets it out of the way of that Seismic Wave. You take 4 to activate. I don't have enough for that. Adversary Kit gets some lethal. They do have Sokens on, so they can make some blockers. That can be annoying. Otawara. Okay, Otawara is coming down. I do like Legion Angel here. Grab Legion Angel from our sideboard. Again, I'm going to +1 up my Legion Angel. Buff up Legion Angel so it just puts it out of the way of a kill spell. And we go in for 1 with Luminarch. See if they want to drop in the Sokens on here. That'll force up their treasure usage. They don't. They go down to 4. Okay. Arcane Bombardment. Sure. You only got 2 treasures, my friend. Only got 3 mana. Play with fire, go right ahead. That's a commitment. And this is just lethal.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Got him. It's not the greatest, but it's keepable. How you doing tonight? Hope your Monday is going great. So, pending what we see get played here, we can either Thalia or Luminarch on turn 2. The Redains are kind of nice because we can always go like Redain into Valkyria, reduce damage, and set up a kind of spell in. seeing that it's black with Aggro. I'm gonna go for Thalia. Because that's how Aggro's mauling. Alright. Womp. Valky, the God of Lies. Sure, what are you gonna take? Take a Redain or do you take a Luminarch? Take a Luminarch. That's okay. I'm crawling Barons. I'm gonna play in the Redain. I'm gonna attack in for 2. So we'll force them down to 18. So they'll have 6 cards in hand, 2 lands. Probably hit their land drop. Spells are taxed up by 1, so any kill spell is going to cost them 3 mana this turn, unless it's a Strangle. That still makes it 2. If they want to transform Valky, that'll force them down to 1, which is doubtful that any spell will be played then. So I don't think we're seeing a Valky transformation this turn. I think it's a kill Thalia. And then they're not going to attack into the Valky here either. And I'm actually just going to play Valkmira. So 4 mana non-creature spells above are taxed up. If they want to target my creatures, it's going to cost them 1 more. Damage dealt to my creatures is 1 less. It's not the greatest state that we can be in, but it's a decent state. Tax, tax, tax. That's kind of the idea. If I could, I may try to put in... I'm debating putting in an Archon of Imaria in the deck. Harvester with a Blood Toad. Okay. Harvester with a Blood Toad. I'm for the Legion Angel at this point. Attacking for 2, put them to 14. So Meathook Massacre does kind of hurt. We do have the Legion Angel follow-up again. If they have to hit the land drop here to make it for 3. Even if they do that, though, that puts them down to 1 card, and we still have Legion Angel. Sure, Valky's fine. You can transform. What you gonna buff? Underdog? Okay. No blocks. I'll take 3 and go to 17. Last thing I want to see is Underdog in the graveyard so that they can start using it to bring back more creatures. So they didn't hit the land drop. They kept Harvester up. Adversary could be good here. They'd have to get to 6 mana if they want to play the Meathook. Because it'll be taxed up by being 4 over. So I think I'm just going in for another Legion Angel. We just kind of assert big dominance on land state, or creature state. I say land state. I'm not drawing lands, I'm not on land state. We're not a real estate show. We're a Magic the Gathering stream. Alright, so they're down to 8. We have lethal in the air with our Legion Angels. Kind of surprised they didn't sack the blood token at the end of the turn and maybe try to dig for a land, but at this point it won't matter. Like, Redain's gonna force their Meathook Massacre to pump up by 1, right? So, okay.